In a Violent Nature is exactly how you keep the slasher genre fresh. This movie, if you read a plot synopsis of it, it's very bare bones. You'd just be like, oh, okay, well, this is just a Friday the 13th ripoff. But it's in the execution that changes everything. This movie is shot entirely from the perspective of the slasher. It's a lot of like long tracking shots with very minimal cutting, usually just kind of like an over-the-shoulder shot of the killer as he's going through, and occasionally, like when he goes and is just like observing people, you'll have the camera break from him and start like following some of the other characters, but almost always like observing them from a distance. Little like plot details about who the killer is and what his motivations are, and he's kind of a supernatural, slasher dude. All of that is just like slowly interspersed through like little bits of dialogue that you pick up from other people, but for the most part, you're just following this guy as he's lumbering through the woods, picking people off one by one. For the first like 30 minutes of the movie, I thought it was going to be very different. Like the tone, it was a little bit over the top with some of the kills. Some of them were a little goofy, but I still thought it was a little more serious up until he pulls somebody's head through the hole he punched in their torso. And once he did that, I was like, okay, I got it. This is a goofy slasher movie, just done in a really creative way. And, I had to reassert my expectations at that point and go, okay, now I know what I'm here for. I had a lot of fun with it. I would say the biggest criticism I have of the movie is the end. I think the end does a very, very clever thing where even after the final girl is like, it would be the point in another slasher movie where she's gotten away and she's safe now. And it lingers on that point for so long that like the tension really doesn't drop and you're just like expecting something to happen at any point. And I appreciate that it went really long with that because that really kept like the whole thing is so tense at the end. But I think it went too long. I think it's probably if it was like 90% of its length, I think that would have been good. But I think it was I got what they were going for, and I thought it worked really well up until like right at the end. It's like, okay, this scene's dragged on just a little bit too long. So in terms of pacing, I would cut that scene just a little bit shorter, not too much, just a little bit, because I really liked what they were doing with it, where at the point where you think she's safe, the movie very much it just in how like it just keeps dragging and keeps dragging. You can't feel safe. You're sitting there in dread the whole time. And I thought that was really well done. Like I said, in terms of the plot, like you could literally just be like a Friday the 13th knockoff, but it's all in the execution. And if you're looking for really over the top gory kills, like this has those in spades. Very goofy slasher character. There's some good laughs, but like honestly, I think this is probably the most revolutionary take on the slasher genre since Scream. I'll say it. I really liked this one. Highly recommend you see it. Hey, thanks for watching. Your view means a lot. Don't forget to toss me a like and subscribe and ring the bell and drop a comment below telling me what you thought of the video. I stream Mondays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific, so catch me live and join in on the convo. You can find all my socials in the description below, and thank you to all my patrons with a very special shout out to my Whale Shark tier patrons Ms. Milena and Hella Vitrum, and my Anemone Friend tier patrons Piftle Cakes and Geek Filter. Your support means the world. Catch you next time.